What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev2323. Still working in the laundry room, mudroom. I brought one of my good friends in, and he been finishing up the piping and the drywall for me since I don't have time. But I told him I was gonna run the laundry vent. This is the laundry vent right here. I bought the good one because at my age, once it's going in, it's not coming back out. It does. You do need one of these traps because you don't want any rodents trying to get in your laundry trap. And this one right here is already buttoned up on the back, and you see the seam needs to be on the top of the laundry trap, because if you get condensation in there, it'll drip out if it's in the bottom. You see the flap all down there. All right, this is for the outside siding, and then I'm gonna put this. It barely fits this right here, but it's gonna be that to make the outside siding look really nice. But also, before I had my friend put all the drywall up and everything, I went ahead and marked the floor so I know where the 2x4s are. So this right there's a 2x4 right here. That's what the mark is. And there's a 2x4s in the corner right here. So I know this is clear to drill through right here. I know I can go through right here and it's clear to drill through because there's a 2x4 and there's a 2x4. And I know there's no wiring and no piping in this corner right here. So I know that's clear to drill through. So I need a long drill to go out one way. And I got some playroom since this is a 4-inch pipe going out the door. What I'm gonna do is put the pilot hole this way, and then I'm gonna drill the vinyl siding the other way. You see the room's 68 degrees in here, and real sunny in this back because that's the sun right there. Okay, so I took you step by step through this vinyl siding that I did, and I always say if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, now this is made to fit on it like that. See, that's how it's gonna fit. Perfect. But I gotta drill and put it in here, and then the screws for the vent's gonna hold on. Now I gotta get a pilot hole out of here. That's all I gotta do, and then we're gonna drill this way, that way, and we're gonna put a 4-inch bit on in reverse because this is so finicky. If you drill this the wrong way, it's gonna crack. No, this is the way it's gonna go on the vinyl siding. So I want to drill this first, and if you don't know how you're gonna find true center on this, hold it up to the light, and there's true center right there. So when I'm holding it up to the light, see, I got you in the background, but I'll get that right now. There's the light right there. I'm gonna get that kind of in center. I can see through the drill bit. I'm starting my pilot hole. I'm not trying to cut through holding like this. I'm just trying to start my pilot hole. Okay, so now I know where true center is. I'm actually gonna go outside and drill it down towards the grass so I don't drill through my table like I have plenty of times, or my new floor. Four-inch hole. Now, it's not gonna, 4 inches exactly ain't gonna go right through this. You would need actually a 4 1/4. So with the file, you just file around this to make it a little bit bigger to fit this perfect in there. So you gotta take your time working with this. Don't try to force it at all, because you don't want it to break. A little bit more. I don't want to force that. I can force it on, but I don't want it to crack. And I see it says perfect on it. Perfect. All the way in there. But you see what? Some people just put this right here onto the vinyl siding. This just makes it look trimmed perfect, trimmed nicely. So now what I have to do is I have to drill with a small bit and give myself 4 inches. Like I'm gonna measure 4 inches right between here. You know, I'm probably gonna go 1 inch off the ground. So I'm gonna make a circle with the 4-inch hole right here, and then just a pencil circle, and then go through this. And then on the outside where this comes out, I have to put it where that lap, the lap of the circle over there fits on the lap of the outside, and then I could drill the hole through. So with this right here, this is a real tiny one, and that's a 4-inch hole. So I got room to play to move it around to know that the lap is gonna be. You're safe, Rob. Well, you're cheating. You already know where those studs are. Grab one of these, the stud finder. Push this. All right, I got my vent. I don't want it on the floor because I know there's a 2x4 across the floor. So I want it a little bit off the floor. So I'm probably gonna put the vent right here, but not facing this way. This is just to draw my circle to know it's between my, there's my circle. It's not on the floor. There's a 2x4 on the floor. It's between the studs. So I'm gonna use a regular small drill bit and I'm gonna go out, but I'm not, when you're pushing with the drill bit, yeah, you can push through the drywall, but don't push hard because you gotta go through the outside wall, but then it's gonna hit the vinyl siding on the outside. Now, is the the piping gonna be perfect right here? No, that's not determined because it's dependent, you're gonna drill dependent where that shiplap piece is gonna fit on the, not the shiplap, the vinyl siding piece is gonna fit on the vinyl siding. So this right here, we're gonna start, I am gonna drill through the circle right here, but then on the other side is where we're gonna find out exactly where it's gonna go. All right, so I'm all the way through with the little one, and now we gotta figure out where and mark this shiplap piece is gonna go through. This is the big thing. With this shiplap piece, gotta match up. Okay, there's the center hole right there. So now you have this right here, and I gotta drill down a little bit because I gotta be in the center of this. So I got some room up and some room down. I left myself room on both sides. Other than that, if you go up the other one, it's too high. So it has to be on this one, and that was just a pilot hole. So now I'm gonna get the drill bit and I'm gonna drill through this. Here's the thing, I'm gonna have the drill bit in reverse because if you try to drill straight through this, it cracks. So I'm either gonna go slow or put it in reverse. I'll let you know exactly which one I'm gonna do, but this is where it has to go. That's just a pilot hole to show you the approximate vicinity. This is in reverse. Okay, now that this is out, you could put it in forward. You don't want to crack this vinyl siding, so that's why I cut that in reverse. Let me pop this out, and then we'll put it in forward now to go through the rest of it. This out, get everything else out. That's the paper, that's the plastic. I want to finish cutting this out, and then I'll be with you. Now when I get through this side, I'm going to drill another hole right there, and then I'm going to drill from the other side so I don't crack the drywall. There it is right there. There's all the insulation and everything. I'm going to kind of try to get through this with my fingers, push it to the side, and then maybe I just, well, this is kind of deep to try to get the drywall. I got to put a drill hole through the center of this one to go back the other way. But right now I'm just trying to get through this insulation to push it all to the side. Get through the other side, you see there's the bottom rail right there. I'm close to the floor. And then this right here sits with the circle to sit right in the middle. So if I got to come down on this a little bit, I will, but it looks like it should sit right in the middle. it'll fit right at the top. I probably got to carve out a little bit more of the top for it to go in there, but I'm gonna have to sand this down also a little bit, because you've seen the 4-inch didn't go straight through that, not sand but file. So I got to get through the other side wall right now. Try and think. I'm probably just gonna use the same thing to put a pilot hole, measure down from the pilot hole, and drill the other way. The original pilot hole I drilled, so I'm just matching this pilot hole up to that pilot hole. I know it was the top one, so I'm kind of matching this up, and I'm gonna put a ring around this, and then go the opposite way. And this is just going through the drywall, so this should be a lot easier. Let's see. So now I know where I gotta drill through on this one. And this is just going through the drywall now, so no. Okay, I'm out of battery. Let me go switch battery. All right, I had to switch battery, but this right here, you got a little bit of wiggle room because you still got a file. All the way through now, see? Now you feel the difference from the outside. Okay, so it all got to be filed a little bit bigger, because if you remember, this bit isn't the size of the that pipe. So now I'm just gonna put the pipe around it and file it down some on this side, file it down on some on the other side, because it's just the wood. The rest of it is just a solid hole. So this isn't how it's going in there. This is just figuring out how much I gotta get cut down. And this is just drywall, you can squeeze it through there, you see? But the other side is the actual wood, and it might not squeeze through like that. So let's go see. All right, since I was here anyways, the vent comes with a little screen. Let me try to get this out. It comes with a little screen. I'm trying to go the other way. The vent comes with a little screen. The screen does not go in this way. It goes in upside down this way. So you gotta try to get something to hook it on. If you got skinny fingers like me, you could get the skinny fingers like this. And then it goes into the things right there. And then you shoot a screw on top. It does give you the screws, but they are, it's gonna fall right now. They're sockets, so, like not sockets, but hex. So I know this one will work, and I got a drill, so I'm gonna put this on before we go outside. Alright, gotta kind of hold it in place before you shoot the screw in. What's gonna really be terrible with this one is I'm not gonna take this back out again. If this gets clogged up, I'm actually gonna have to just get something to clean it in there. So but you pull it all the way as far as you can this way, so you know the screw's gonna get behind it. Then you shoot the screw behind the spring. If I get it in place. Oh, come on, work with me here. The magnet in there is not working too good for me. Here we go. That one's in right there. And then you do the other side the same way. Of course it fit through the plastic, but it didn't fit through the wood. Went in, so I went on the inside and I was trying to tuck the insulation around on the inside. So I gotta try to get this through a hole little by little to finagle this through the drywall hole. But it'd be easier if I had somebody on the inside, so I might actually go see if my wife will do it. But this is actually cutting a little bit through the, oh, you don't want that. You don't want this to be on the bottom part, and I felt this slide. You do want this to be on the top part right here. You want the seam facing upwards so no condensation drips out. All right, I just came in to check on the other side and make sure nothing's blocking it. So you see here the drywall going through, so I just keep kind of working it and twisting it little by little to get it through to come this way. Like I said, you want to keep this seam up. All right. Look at that. Couldn't have came out any better than that. Now I'm actually gonna caulk the top of this and around the loop. The caulk of this and around the loop. Might even caulk the bottom, because you know now this is a place of heat loss. But the screws, they didn't give me any screws, so I got to put some screws all the way through there, and they got to be long enough to grab into the wood right here. But let's go check on the inside of it, and that's actually the easiest way to install a dryer vent. I just pushed the insulation to the side. You know, I should have actually probably put more on the bottom, come to think about it. I do have a little bit extra, because that's the only source of heat loss in this back room. That's the only source of heat loss right there, and that's where it comes in at right there. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. And you see, I mean, it went exactly through the hole that it was supposed to go through. So I just got to get some screws and shoot it all the way in. And you don't got white screws you would use out there. Actually use stainless screws, because if you use stainless screws, they're never going to rust on you right there. Or probably some galvanized screws and paint them white. But yep, that's going to be the dryer vent right here, and it gives me room. If you see screw holes on this right here, that's because after everything's done, I cut a piece of plastic, a piece of white fencing, and it gets screwed right here, so it completely wraps around. So this right here will not bother the neighbor, will not come around through the neighbor. It's gonna stay on this side over here. So that's putting the dryer vent through. All I gotta do is caulk it and put some screws. Now good to go. Talk to you later. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I need 100. All right, as I'm looking at this, you see I put zinc screws in here. So I'm just got a little white, and I'm gonna dab some white on there. But I'm looking at the top of this right here. If you know anything about me, I worry about water leaks and air leaks. So I'm actually gonna silicone this right here, because this is the vulnerable spot, so water can drip in there. And like the light ones I got up there, they have a hole at the bottom, and this one doesn't have a hole at the bottom. So you can't really caulk this, because this is where the water will drip out. But I'm probably gonna run a bead of caulk around here, and maybe run a bead of caulk around here, because that's what I did to the lights up there. But also I use white caulk, and then with my finger I just kind of make it a nice seal, and then I with a paper towel I just kind of make my straight lines with it. But I'm gonna dab some on this right here also. I might put the caulk on there, because man, that's the new caulk, the 25-year caulk keeps elasticity, keeps everything. It's really good caulk, the new caulk compared to the older caulk. So I'm gonna start out with the white caulk, and I'm just gonna caulk it right now, and then I'll show you what it looks like, because everyone knows how to caulk.